So,
I love it.
so in honor of this, I wore the shirt. I was looking at pictures last night that we took the day we met, and I found this shirt in my closet that I was wearing the day we met. I wore it in honor of the
I don't think I could fit in a shirt that I wore the day we met, Reggie.
well, for many years I couldn't, and for whatever reason I can fit into it now, but I can't even
And you
believe I
look
still
as
have it.
darling as the day we met.
Oh, thank
You
you.
used to
That's
have
so
like
neat.
longer, shaggier,
No, I know.
kind of wild looking rock star hair.
I had the mane. Yeah. Well, it's all gray now and coarse, and there's only a few things I can do with it, to make it look.
But
You
now all rock stars look like that. So,
yeah, right. Yeah, I feel like I'm in pretty good company. But you
yeah.
look exactly the same. You look exactly like you looked the day that I met you. I don't see a one difference at all.
Well, you need better glasses then.
Maybe.
Well, that was 2 decades ago. And I think at the time I had 7 kids.
Yeah, there were a lot.
Yeah, now there's 15 and 23 grandkids.
Oh my word.
So
What are you doing here? You don't have time to do this.
I'm enjoying a cup of tea and enjoying seeing an old friend.
Well, I'll tell you, it was so cool how we met, and I will tell you that you're part of at least you're part of my story. Is so I don't know what the word is. It's like providential, I guess I would say. But I'm this sort of aging wannabe rock star, putting my record out, you know, trying to get my solo career off the ground. I've been a songwriter, and kind of left that to go.
Why do you say aging rock star? You were a freaking adorable, funny,
Well, that's
charismatic, darling young man.
so sweet of you to say. I was 35, and that's old for
Oh,
starting your rock star
stop.
career. So,
Stop. Let's look at Keith Richards, okay?
well,
That's
agreed.
old.
Agreed, but he was
That's
already
old.
established when he was 35. He was already a legend, and so I was starting kind of at the. I mean, I couch it that way just because I've been in the music business since I was 18 or 19, and I know that 30 in the music business, you might as well be like a million. It's like, or at least that was the case then. I think now it's different. I think people are kind of all over the map, and you can look any way you want to look and be anything you want to be, but the world that I came up in, you were the clock was running. Once you hit 20 years old, the clock is ticking, and you have to, because you're trying to sell to a demographic of, you know, 18 to 25-year-old females if you're a male. Um, so I saw myself as aging, but I appreciate what you say about it. You probably have had the same issues in radio. I would imagine, right?
I choose not to have any of those issues, Reggie. I choose not to. I got fired from one of my really big affiliates because they said I was too old and they wanted to skew younger in their demographics. And they've lost half their audience and they've skewed 2 years younger. So I get to do the I told you so dance. And I'm on the competition and beating them. So I never let that stuff phase me. I never let that stuff phase me. I choose not to participate.
Well, that's the best way to do it. And I will tell you this, I don't think, honestly, once you get out there and you meet the audience, I don't like the audience doesn't really care. They want to be moved. They want to be, they want to be resonated with emotionally. I don't think the audience ever cared. The business that we're in cares because they think they're supposed to care, but I don't think that anybody out there,
The machine has all these stupid parameters that I have always chosen to ignore, and I will always choose to ignore. I mean, I worked in a nightclub years ago, years and years and years ago, like almost 40 years ago. Yeah. And they had rules, you couldn't play in the nightclub three black artists back to back.
right.
You couldn't play three female artist songs back to back. All these insane rules. It's like People just want to dance. It's a nightclub. They want to dance. They want to dance. And the nightclub owner would come in and sit in the back of the room and monitor me to see if I was following the format rules. And I'm just like, no, you want me here? You get me in my artistry. Otherwise, find somebody else to spin your records.
Well, that's the way you have to do it. When I entered the American Idol thing, I mean, I had aged out by 13 years. Like they wouldn't let me enter the singing contest because their rules said you couldn't be over 27 years old. Now,
wow,
no television show does that now because obviously they'd get sued. But I'm just saying that, like what you're talking about, that the industry has
the
set
industry, the machine, as I call
all
it,
these
has their
parameters up
stupid
for you.
rules.
Absolutely. And so anyway, given those parameters, I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm old for this, and you were so kind, and you gave me such a really such a better perspective on all of it. I just, to be honest, now the song that came to your attention was a song called Babies. It was a song I actually didn't want to record, but everybody made me record. I didn't have children at the time. It was a song I had written years earlier, almost as a lark, and it was the last song that was put on my record, and it was like the song that got the record label to sign me and other people interested and my management interested, and then they started sending it to. I had no idea that it had gone to you. I had no idea that it had gone to all these other people, and
Well,
somehow you
for
get this
me,
song,
for
right?
me, I have to jump in here and say that it had nothing to. My relationship with that song was miraculous. It
Yeah.
had nothing to do with anything you just mentioned, people sending it or record labels or anything. It was a personal miracle because I had been contacted by a friend who knew that I had adopted 3 children, and she had asked me if I would be interested in adopting a 4th. And I said, no, I'm a single mom with, 7 kids at home right now, 6 kids at home. I had 6. I had 3 bio and 3 adopted. And there was no way that I could take this on. And she said, well, I'll send you the information. It was a little baby, and maybe somebody in your church would be interested, or maybe somebody would be interested. And as soon as she sent me the info and I saw his little face, I was in love.
That's how they get you. That's how they get you, Delilah.
And I was like, I can't do this. I do not have the capacity, the time, the energy, the emotional capacity to do this. The same day I got Babies, and I started listening to it, and I just started bawling.
Wow.
And I knew that that was God speaking to me, saying, together, you and I can do this. We can do this. You do have the capacity. You do have the resources. Yes, you're a single mom, but you have more resources than 10 other single moms added up because of your position, your career. And I listened to it again, and I wept, and again, and I wept. And it was a personal miracle for me. It was also a darling, lovely, adorable song that I knew would resonate with my audience. My show is all about stories. It's all about connecting heart to heart. So I take your story and I marry it to a song. And Dreaming About Babies is just like the perfect song for young couples who are in that space where they're thinking about their future, and they're thinking about the family they want to build, and they're thinking about, Christmas mornings and all that. And it was just darling, and I couldn't wait to meet you.
Well, it was miraculous for me. I was, very in those days before children, very self-focused, very uh, laser focused on, the career and all of the things that you're supposed to do. I went out to meet you thinking it was a career, like a business trip, and when got around you and your family and Janie and all the people, and it was like, this feels more like I'm around family than some kind of business trip. And really, I mean, it was about an hour in, it was probably less than an hour in, when I just felt like all of that just melted away. Suddenly, I mean, I was there with, you know, with my manager and people in the business, but I was suddenly, it was like, man, I don't know. This isn't about that anymore, right? This is about something else. And we were, I think we had the referral picture of Isabella at the time, or maybe we didn't yet have the picture, but we knew we were going. And it really sort of, I remember we did an on-air thing and you were asking me about her name. And even at the time I was like, I don't even know if I want to say her name, you know, on the radio. And I
Put
was
it
kind of
out
sheepish.
there.
Yeah, exactly. I was kind of sheepish about it, but, um, I don't know. You and Janie both. I mean, because Janie had Jesse, and I think she had just adopted Jesse.
She
And
had just got Jesse. Like Jesse was a brand new baby. Um, I was Zach was 2.5, I think.
yeah,
Jesse was one. What Jesse was one, and and I was I hadn't even told Janie about TK, about the baby.
you hadn't.
I had not yet told Janie before I heard babies. I hadn't told anyone. I knew they would put me in a straitjacket, Reggie. I knew they would lock me up. They would say, "You are absolutely out of your mind, Delilah.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?"
Well, when I was out there, he was there. I remember we have pictures with him.
Right,
So
right. So,
you
but
did
when
it.
I first got babies, he wasn't.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
I first
right.
heard the song. And when you got there was right after I had taken custody. I
Wow.
remember you going in the room and I had made their bunk beds,
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
beds for the boys.
We have pictures of all
And
that. I'm gonna share it. I'll edit some of those in, but I've
yeah,
got
and
pictures of
he
all
had
that.
just come into our family and you had not yet got your first child.
Right.
And and we were young and had energy back then.
Boy, that's so true.
Did you jump on the trampoline that day or did you just talk about it?
No, we didn't jump on the trampoline, but there I remember taking pictures with TK and with Zach. I don't remember other any of the other children, but I remember those.
Shayla was there. I think, did we not get pictures with Shay Shay? Today is Shayla's birthday, by the way.
Really?
That little girl who was, I think in kindergarten at the time, is now a mama to two beautiful babies.
Oh, wow. Well, tell her I
Yeah,
said hi.
I will. I
Yeah,
will. What a
yeah, well,
journey. What an
I
amazing journey.
know, so crazy, and then, like, not long after that, I mean, this so we're you heard Babies probably about this time 20 years ago, and then I think it came out in '03, and because right when it came out was when we went to get Bella, and that's kinda when all hell broke loose in our life, and everything.
Surprise.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. God's just doubled over laughing listening to my plans, you know?
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah. You want
uh
to make God laugh, just tell him your plans.
yeah, exactly. But that
Or do what I do and help him. I always think I need to assist the
sure.
Almighty. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, no, no. I got to step in here and meddle with this. And
Here, God, let me fix this for you.
yeah, let me fix this for you. Because clearly, as creator of the universe and all that ever was and all that ever is, you need my input,
Right.
right?
I mean, you did great with the Rockies. I'm going to give you that. You know what I mean? You did
Yeah.
pretty good with
Okay.
those
Okay.
careers,
So
right?
the oceans,
Yeah.
the whales, pretty
Sure.
impressive. Love the orcas. Did a great job on those.
But
Um,
I've got this.
but I got this. Yeah, I got this. And he
Right.
just shakes his head and goes, "Really? We're back to square one? Really? Okay, go ahead. Have it your way. See how that works out."
How is TK?
TK is good. He's living on a ranch in Oregon. He's a ranch hand and he is thinking about going to school to do heavy mechanics. He loves engines, he loves
Mhm.
trucks. He doesn't love cows.
Yeah.
He's a ranch hand, but he's not digging it, So
Gotcha.
he's thinking he likes trucks, he likes big vehicles, he loves like heavy machinery, he loves the excavator. He's great with heavy machinery. So he's kind of thinking he might do that next.
He's
Got
like
a girlfriend he's had for 6 or 7 years. I think she's dreaming about babies. Not sure if he's there yet.
well, it takes men a little bit longer. I mean, that was kind of when I wrote the song, it was kind of like me saying the thing no one wanted to say is that, hey, guys think about this too. We just don't ever talk about it. And when we get the thought, we push it out immediately. It kind of runs counter to our,
To
our
our
environment.
plan,
Yeah,
to your
exactly.
plan.
So obviously women love the song. Guys will, turn their nose up in public, and then they'll come to me after a show and go, I mean, I don't do it really anymore, but they used to come to me and say, man, I kind of love that song, but
I kind of love
I
that
can't tell
song.
my girlfriend. And so he would be, what, he's about 26 now, 27, something like that.
22, turning 23
Oh,
soon.
he was younger. Oh, yeah, that's right. He
Mhm.
was little. I was thinking he was
Yeah.
5 or 6, but yeah, he was 2 or 3. So, wow. Well, does he know the
14 months
story? I
when
mean,
I
I'm
heard
sure he
about it.
knows the story. Is he hip to it all? Is he?
He doesn't care.
Yeah,
He's so cool. He's got
of
his
course,
dreadlocks and he's got his
yeah,
girlfriend and he's got a hot car.
of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom and her sappiness. It's like, whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of the same. My son is 15. He'll be 16 next month, and
Your son is uber cool.
he's cooler than all of us. Trust me.
Your
If you
son,
don't believe me, ask him. Just he'll
yeah,
tell you.
your son is so much cooler than I will ever be.
Oh, me too. Oh, 100. In fact, he tells me often, Dad, I'm fairly certain I'm cooler than you. And I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you don't have to. You don't have to speculate. I can guarantee you are. But he's a good
Yeah. I got
kid.
a text from Robin Roberts the other day, and my kids were like, what?
Right.
I'm like, you don't know how cool I am.
Right. I know people.
And they're like, no, you're not. Okay, whatever.
I saw a video with Mark Wahlberg talking about that, and someone said, "Do your kids think you're cool?" He's like, not even a little bit. Like, I'll have the biggest stars in the world come to the house, and they'll be like, "Yeah, okay, whatever," until I leave, and then they're all over him. But my son is a songwriter, and the other day he was working on something, and he's like, "Yeah, I kind of think I need somebody to help me with this," and I was like, "Hey, I don't want to like
Force myself on you, but
put
I've
too
been
much,
doing this a
put too
while.
fine of a point on it, but you live with a guy who's done a few few songs. I mean, I can actually help you with this. It's okay, Dad. I'll find somebody.
Matt Nathanson, I did a podcast with him recently, and he's got a teenage daughter. Exact same thing. She was trying to write something, and he said, I've done this for a little while. I'm pretty good with the audience. I'm pretty good with public. I can help you out. And she's like, what do you know about this? He's like, okay, then stepping back. Humbles you real fast.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Absolutely. And I've got, that's their job, right? Kids are supposed to kind of push away and do their own thing. And then
Yeah.
eventually you come back. And I later in life have gone back and realized just how cool my dad actually was. He was.
Yeah, I haven't had that revelation yet.
You haven't had that yet?
No, no.
What's radio like these days? Just to kind of switch horses in the stream and talk about, what you're doing.
Reggie, I couldn't really tell you because, again, I don't play any of the radio games. I don't buy into any of the radio rhetoric. They have these meetings where they talk about silos and collective energy and pan broadcasting or whatever. They have these terms. It's like their own little lingo. And rather than just be a silo standing alone, we've got other platforms and we're going to multi-layer platforms. And I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
I
What
just
the
want to talk to
hell?
people and play songs. That's what I want to do.
I want to talk to people and play songs. And
Yeah.
so guess what I do every day?
Yep.
Every day, 5, sometimes 6 or 7 days a week. I talk to people. I play songs. I go to appearances and meet people and sign autographs and hug babies. And I bought a little radio station in my hometown, which has nothing to do with real radio because there's no ratings, there's no competition, there's no other station. It's just the only one. So there I get to talk to people and play songs, and I love it.
That's awesome.
And that's all I care about. I care about connecting with people one heart at a time. And this whole mishmash of, well, we got to get so many hits on TikTok or Instagram. We got to have so many followers. We got to got the check mark. We got to da. You got to cross post. You got to cross promote. No, I don't.
Right.
I don't. I got to talk on the radio and touch people's hearts. That's what God has called me to do.
It's about resonating with people. I get I'm telling you again, learning so much from you in those days. But I people ask me what if I'm in the music business, and I'm like, I don't actually know if I'm in the music business. All I know is I write songs and I play them for people, and sometimes they pay me to do it, and sometimes they don't. And I don't. I was on Music Row a couple of weeks ago for some little event. My wife and I went. We hadn't been down there in years. Like I haven't been.
Oh, I love
It,
Music
I've
Row.
been in the inside of a record label, and I can't tell you how long. I mean, I still know people who are in the, but I'm kind of the same way. Like I couldn't tell you what the lingo is. I couldn't tell you what you're supposed to do to. It's like I just want to do the same thing. I want to create what I create, resonate with people, and hopefully we make enough dollar bills to, keep the house and keep everybody fed and all of that.
But you've certainly branched out. You're not just inspiring people with lyrics and your music. Now you're inspiring people to get healthy and get fit and eat better and take care of their bodies and be more present and be more connected. I mean, you've taken the message you used to wrap up in a lyric, because all of your lyrics basically tell the same story. Love one another, be kind to one another, don't hurt one another. Your lyrics have a core theme of goodness. And now you've taken that message of goodness and you've applied it to lifestyle choices or parenting choices. I know why the Lord gave you two kids that fill your time and fill your heart and fill your schedule and challenge you on every level. Because if you just had a typical kid, you would still be a self-centered, career guy.
Well, it's probably true, and I think
But
I
God
look.
knew what it would take to just take you completely out of you and put you in that place where your whole life, Regie, is about service and kindness and love.
Well, I will tell you that I fully say this all the time, that my daughter really has been my teacher, and I didn't really learn how to be a person until, I was having to serve another person 24 hours a day. And I don't think you can really. I don't know that. I don't want to say this because I think there are plenty of people out there that are wonderful who don't have, extreme challenges. But boy, I'll tell
I
you,
don't know people that are wonderful that don't have extreme challenges.
maybe you're right
People
about
that I
that.
love, people that I cherish, people that are part of my inner circle, people that are a part of the core of my heart have had such extreme challenges that if I told their stories or wrote about them, no one would believe it. They would say, "You're making that stuff up."
Yeah,
I don't know people that I adore or love or cherish or want to spend time with that haven't had extreme challenges.
really, that's interesting.
Not at our age. I mean, maybe in their teens or 20s,
Well, that's true.
but at our age, if you have had an easy life
You're
and
not doing it right.
you haven't been in that place where you're serving somebody else.
Yeah.
Michael W. Smith has a beautiful song that I used to play all the time, "Give It Away."
Yeah.
If you haven't been in a place where you're giving yourself away, I don't really even want to have a small talk with you,
Yeah.
because it's that those extreme challenges and extreme heartache that drive us to our knees, that burn the dross out of us and leave the gold.
Boy, that's the truth.
And your daughter has burned any dross that might have been there for your entire circle, not just you and Yolanda and your son, but everybody that knows you and is connected to you. She is a teacher.
Yeah. There's no doubt about it. I mean, it changed everything about my life. And I don't remember much about my life prior to that. And so I think some of it's by choice. I don't even really care all that much about it. It was
Yeah,
fine. It got me to where I needed to be. You know what I mean? And but I really
it's
feel like.
funny, Reggie, with all the kids I've adopted, with each one, within probably a year of them being a part of our family, I don't even remember what our family dynamic was like
Right. Yeah.
before God incorporated this amazing new soul into our universe. I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah.
Like I never, rarely, occasionally I'll go back into yesteryear when I was young and incredibly skinny and had no kids at all. I was so young when I started parenting, but who was that kid? I don't
Right.
even know that girl, you know. I'll see a picture and meet myself from yesteryear and go, honey, I wish you knew then what you know now.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. As I was putting this shirt on, I have not had this shirt on my body since the day I talked. I can't even believe it was in my closet. I was looking
It's
for something to wear and I saw it kind of up in
and
the
you
corner.
went, wait a
Is
minute.
that shirt? And as I was putting it on, I was like, if I could talk to the dude who last put this shirt on, man, he probably wouldn't even believe if I just
What
said
would
him
what
down
would
and
be
said,
the first thing if you could time travel and go back to dude wearing that shirt, sitting in my living room, holding TK on your lap? What would you say to Regie, 1.0?
well, I think I would say, first of all, forget everything you think you know. Uh, and don't focus on the wrong thing here, right? Just what I said. What I really learned was don't stop looking at this. If I could talk to him that day, stop thinking about this as a business trip. It's something else. You're going
Yeah,
to learn
you
something
didn't
else
you
here.
didn't you didn't do the business trip thing very long before we were on the phone with
Yeah.
Yolanda.
Oh no, it was
And
yeah.
you were playing the song, shared the song with me that you had written about Yolanda, that I fell in love with your wife as much as I fell in love with you.
Everybody likes her way more than me. That's the
I didn't
whole
say
impetus for
that.
the
I
song.
just I had a
I
little
did.
crush going on with you. And then I met Yolanda and I'm like, oh my gosh, these two are amazing. Your
Well,
energy together. God knew what he was doing when he brought you two together.
it's crazy, and so we celebrate in December 31 years
That's
married.
unbelievable.
I can't we
I'll
we
be a
can't believe
thousand years old if Paul and I hit 31. So
it. How's Paul doing?
he's good. He's very good.
I see posts and you've got him out. He's doing some project, right? He's like,
Oh, he's always doing a project.
yeah, okay.
My man is always doing a project. He had double knee replacement in February.
Uh,
And in March, April, May, he was haying the fields on the tractor. Then he was baling the fields. And then he decided to buck the fields, where you pick the bales up and put them on the truck and put them in the
yeah.
barn. That's when I said, absolutely, you are out of your mind. Go soak your legs. And his knees were this big around. He's like, no, gotta get the hay in the barn.
Wow.
Yeah. He's a machine. He
All right.
never
What exotic animal do you have now on the farm? What you got? A zebra? You got a giraffe? What do you got? What do you
No
got?
giraffes.
No
I
giraffe.
just got a baby zebra. Speaking of dreaming about babies,
Of
I
course you
just got a baby zebra.
I actually did not know that. I picked it out of the air. Just
Yeah.
you
Well,
always
I
got
had
some.
I had a zebra for 10 years and God called her home. She got stomach cancer. We
Oh,
took her to Oregon State University. They have a great vet center and they couldn't save her. And so I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to do it. It's so much work. And I did it. I
how
got
do
a
you get
baby
a
zebra.
zebra? How do you get one? Like, there's no
You know people. You got to
the
know
yellow
people.
pages. Just go under zebras and you go buy. I mean,
Look, you just showed your age, Reggie. Nobody knows what the yellow pages
well,
are. That's
fair
like
enough.
saying you look it up on a floppy disk.
Right,
Nobody knows
right,
these
right.
terms.
Yes,
I
that's a
saw a
good
video
point.
the other day of a teenager. They gave him a rotary phone and asked
Yeah,
him to call
yeah.
somebody.
What
He's
is
like,
that?
what
Yeah,
is this device?
yeah.
No, you know people. I got people. I told you I got people. I'm cool.
You know people. There's no
I know
like it
people.
would take me 2 weeks to find out how to get a zebra.
Yeah, no,
You-
I my first zebra was a Shayla
I want
miracle.
you to stop right there. I want you to stop your conversation right there. You just uttered a phrase, maybe two people in the world, my first zebra.
My first zebra. Yeah. my first zebra,
Most people never
Shayla,
have a zebra ever. Your first zebra. Okay. All right.
Shayla mentioned she wanted a pet zebra. And so I'm in many social groups that are rescue groups for dogs mostly. And I help people rehome dogs that have been abandoned or abused. But I am in an equine rescue group, and I have right now on my farm 3 horses that were rescues.
Okay.
And so I went in the equine rescue group and I said, does anybody here know anything about zebras? And people said, yeah, they make horrible pets. They're very cranky. They're a dangerous animal. They hurt more people every year than any other animal in the zoo. They have high fight or flight. You really don't want to mess with a zebra. And I said,
They're
well,
always getting
my
eaten. You know
my
what I mean?
10-year-old daughter wants a zebra. So a year later, I get an email message. Somebody says, are you the woman that was asking about a zebra? And I said, yeah, a year ago. Why? And they're like, well, because my friend has a farm in Kentucky. They raise zebras commercially for petting zoos, and they just lost a mare giving birth. So they have a newborn zebra and no mare to nurse it, and they don't want to bottle feed it. They want to know if you want it. So I found a team of women who drove to Kentucky and picked up the baby zebra and brought it back and bottle fed it every 2 hours on the way. And that was my first zebra. I bottle fed her. I played with her 4 or 5 times a day, and she was cranky.
Your next book needs to be called My First Zebra. I'm just
My
telling
first
you.
zebra.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
All right, we're running out of time. I don't want to take all your day. I just want to say thank you. It's been 20 years since Babies came out, and it changed my life in ways I didn't think it would. You changed my life in so many ways, and you continue to. And I just wanted to take this time to say thank you very much for it. And it's
well, I'm so proud of you,
great.
Regie, and I am so proud of the way that you continue to pour yourself out. Every day I read your blogs, I follow you, I follow your health journey. You inspired me. I cannot be as regimented as you are. I don't have any self-discipline, none whatsoever. But I am far than I was in the midst of COVID when I was baking sourdough bread every day.
Well, all of us, right?
Yeah, that was that. I was baking multiple loaves of sourdough bread. I had to have some with, herbs and some with nuts and seeds. And I'm far healthier today than I was when you met me 20 years ago.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And following your journey and seeing how many people you're inspiring every day to live their best life and to have a real faith, an honest faith, not a churchy faith or a fake, let me paste a smile on my face and pretend everything is okay. Like you're real and you talk about real stuff and you talk honestly about your struggles, your faith struggles, your family struggles, your I give up, I can't do this anymore struggles. And then you get up and do it again. And I love that. I love that. I know people are being blessed left and right by you.
Well, thank you. And I really appreciate you saying that. It means a lot coming from you. You are
I
you mean
follow
so
you.
much to so many people, and I'm telling you, people are gonna everything they think they know about you is true in terms of the good stuff. Is she really like that? And I just want everybody to know, yeah, she's really like that. And her house really does smell like mother's milk. And there really are.
There really are. Right now,
Yeah.
you want to know how many kids are living under my roof? 9.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how you do that. I just don't know how you do it, but you
I don't.
do. And that's inspirational to me.
I'm like, I'm too old for this. I need sleep.
Yeah. We all need sleep. Make sure you get plenty of sleep. All right. Tell Janie I
Love
said
you.
hi. I love you. Tell all the kids I said hi. And we'll talk to you
We'll
again
do
soon.
this again.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, honey.